Hello, happy Tuesday. Don't even know what day it is. If you are popping on, let me know so I can see your comments. Just say hi. And if you have thought you have had dandruff before, leave me a comment letting me know if you had thought that you may have had dandruff in the past, and if you have suffered from it, and if you've used one of those anti-dandruff shampoos, right? So let me know if you have in the past used an anti-dandruff shampoo, and just say hi when you're popping on so I know that you are here and that I can see comments. I'm going to pop it on my phone too, so I can be sure to catch all the comments if I can. All right. Hey, Marcy, I see that you are on. Welcome. So I want to talk a little bit about dandruff because a lot of people, I have been told before, obviously as a hairstylist, a lot of people come to me and say they have a problem with dandruff and those flakes, right? And sometimes if you wear black or dark clothing, you can notice it on your clothes, and it's more of an annoyance than anything. Sometimes you can have an itchy scalp with it, and it's just kind of bothersome. But what a lot of people don't realize is that it's not actually dandruff that you are experiencing. So what dandruff is clinically is an overproduction of oil in your glands, and it creates what's called sebum. It's an oil, and it will create a buildup on your scalp. Now, usually what real dandruff looks like, it's more yellowy, and it's thick and it looks oily. It doesn't look dry, right? So you might have yellow oily, they almost look scab-like on the scalp, and then those might flake off, and you might get some flakes from that. But that is technically dandruff, and it's actually usually they're not 100% positive what causes it, but it's a fungus that builds up and causes that dandruff. So that is really what dandruff is. So when you're using, say, a dandruff shampoo and you don't have those symptoms, it's not going to help it. So you only really want to use a dandruff shampoo, Head and Shoulders, or those yucky smelling ones with like the tar. Those ones are specifically made for dandruff. And what they do is they actually go in and they kill the fungus so that you don't have that excess oil production causing the buildup on your scalp. So again, 9 times out of 10, people don't actually have dandruff. They could have a dry scalp. That's one thing that you could get those white flakes from, right? But usually the dry scalp is not like a disorder, right? It's something that we're doing to ourselves by using certain products that are actually drying the scalp out. So when you have those dry flakes and you go and you get a dandruff shampoo, those are actually really harsh on your scalp. They contain a lot of ingredients like harsh detergents, and just not very good ingredients. So they're actually going to dry your scalp out more, which is why a lot of the times when people use an anti-dandruff shampoo, it doesn't actually help them because it's not dandruff, it's dry scalp. And when they switch what they're using for products, that tends to help, right? If you truly have a dry scalp and you have those white flakes, if you put a little bit of a conditioning serum, conditioner, right, directly on your scalp, you should only have to, leave it in overnight to see a difference in the amount of flaking that you have. But if you go back and you continue to use the products that have these ingredients in them that aren't great for you, you're never going to get rid of it. It's kind of like a vicious cycle. So you definitely want to be a little bit more aware of what you're using for products on your scalp and what could be causing this. So definitely using something with harsh detergents in them. You've probably heard of it. It's called sulfates. Sulfates can be drying. You do need a detergent. Obviously, if you're washing your hair, you're doing it for a reason. You need to clean it. So you do need a detergent, but you don't need the strongest one out there. That's going to cause dryness. A lot of shampoos will have salt in them. Salt is drying. Everybody knows that, right? So salt will dry out your hair. They might have alcohol in it. That's going to be drying. And these things are all going to cause your dryness and those flakes to be much worse. And you're going to notice them more and more. So that is one reason why some people have those white flakes on their scalp is dry scalp. And again, that's 9 times out of 10 due to products that you're using. And it doesn't have to be just shampoo and conditioner. It can be hairspray. It can be dry shampoo. It can be gel if you're using hair gel. It can be anything that you're putting in your hair that gets on your scalp can dry it out if it doesn't have great ingredients in it. The other thing that can be causing this scalp flakage or those white flakage is actually product buildup. So it's very common to get product buildup on your scalp. So a lot of your shampoos and conditioners are going to have things like silicones in it, different ingredients that tend to naturally coat the hair. Well, in essence, they're going to coat your hair. They're going to coat your scalp as well. And if you're not washing your hair properly, which you can go back, I do have a video that teaches you how to shampoo your hair properly. You're not going to be cleaning off that buildup. So the product itself is what's flaking off. So it's definitely a super interesting concept, right? A lot of people don't realize they're using these products thinking that they're helping, but they're actually making it worse. So you definitely want to make sure that you're washing your hair correctly. So check out that video. That's going to help it. And you're also going to want to just be, again, more aware of what's in the products that you're using, because that could be building up and causing those flakes. Now, if you do something like a clarifying, a detoxing, some sort of a shampoo that is meant to cleanse the hair and the scalp of buildup that could be in your hair, you want to do that at least once a week. That's going to help a ton. And again, you just want to make sure that you're doing it properly. You want to make sure that you're leaving the shampoo on. That's one of the big misconceptions why a lot of people get this scalp problem, is because they're not leaving their shampoo on long enough. Another reason could be because they're not rinsing the shampoo out enough. So there's some shampoo residue that's staying on their scalp as well. So that's definitely a big misconception for a lot of people. A lot of people think that they have dandruff when really it's not. Dandruff is very different than white, flaky, dry skin or product buildup that's coming off. So that's definitely something that you want to clarify to yourself of what you actually have. So that is my kind of tips on dandruff. Is it dandruff? Is it dry scalp? Is it product buildup? There was a couple of points in there to help you kind of differentiate between them. And like, if you do the right things and you are a little bit precautious about what's in your products, you should start to notice a difference in that dry scalp or that white flakes pretty instantaneously. You should notice it within about a week. So if you have any questions about what you're using, and if there's something inside of what you're using that could be doing this, shoot me a message. I will help you out 100%. I would love to help you determine whether what you have is actually dandruff, or if it's just a product buildup, or if it's actually dry scalp, right? And I can also lead you in the right direction of what you can use to help your problem and to get you back on track and to not be having that, uncomfortable and kind of annoying feeling that you got going on your scalp. So that's my tips and tricks for tonight on dandruff and dry scalp. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment and ask. And also don't hesitate to shoot me a message if you're looking for some more personal recommendations. I'm always more than happy to help you out. So have a good Tuesday night, and I'll be back with some more tips and tricks.